Welcome to Leadership in the Line of Fire with your host, Brad Howe. Join Brad as he dives into the heat of leadership challenges, where the flames of business uncertainty meet the hard-earned lessons of firefighting. Embrace change, master agility, and become the trusted leader guiding your team through the smoke. Get ready to ignite your leadership journey.
In this episode, we're going to look at some timeless wisdom from great leaders across various walks of life. Their insights are not just words, but ideals that'll guide us through the mess created by rapid change and challenges like unpredictable wildfires or the fast-paced world of business. Whether you're donning a firefighter's helmet or leading a business team, the essence of leadership remains the same. It's about making tough decisions, inspiring others, and paving the way to success against all odds. As I delve into these motivational quotes, we'll see how these principles of agile leadership, the importance of reacting versus responding, and the power of teamwork come alive through them. So grab a coffee, settle in, and let's dive into the wisdom of these great leaders to discover how their words resonate in the heat of fire or the heart of a business strategy. Stephen Covey said, "Effective leadership is putting first things first. Effective management is discipline, carrying it out." He highlights the importance of prioritizing and acting decisively. This is a crucial aspect in both firefighting and business leadership. As you know, I always talk about stopping, assessing, then planning before going into action. When you stop, assess, you can see what's most important and why, more importantly. This is why responding, not reacting, is so important. When you react, you do go move without thinking, and so that affects every other decision after that. If you don't think through the situation, you'll probably miss out on what's actually important. In business, you can't afford to be doing random things in any random order. Time is money, but also your clients expect you to do the important, not the urgent work first. Just because something is urgent doesn't mean it's important. Sometimes urgent work needs to wait because if the right steps are not completed first, the urgent work will actually fail. Steve Jobs said, "Innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower." This points towards the significance of embracing change and innovation, a parallel I see in the dynamic nature of firefighting and the ever-evolving business world. Just because you've always done it that way doesn't mean you should continue to do it that way if you could be doing it better. I know there's things I do as a firefighter that new recruits often question, but I'm always willing to discuss these or look at new tools that will help us improve what we do in safe situations before we apply them where it could be dangerous. In Queensland, for example, the Rural Fire Service doesn't give us access to mapping technology that works offline, which is pretty well everywhere we fight fires. Without good maps, we don't know where we are and what's around us, etc. As a leader, sometimes you need to innovate to survive. My brigade's implemented software called FireMapper that allows us to download maps, but still use them with GPS to see where we are, mark points of interest and track our movements, even when we're offline. From my perspective, the safety of our firefighters comes before anything else, and the maps are a safety item. We needed to innovate because that's what leaders do to make sure that we could move forward as a brigade safely. In business, bringing new software in can also mean massive changes. Switching away from a simple CRM to a new fully website and social media integrated one can speed up leads and tracking, saving time and money. It could be worthwhile if you take the time to investigate it further. Leaders need to make decisions after assessing them to innovate. It's super important. Don't get stagnant. John C. Maxwell said, "A leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way." This reflects the essence of leading by example, a not so common practice in both the teamwork of firefighting and leadership in business. Sadly, you need to walk the walk. It's pretty simple. If people see you doing it, they will follow you. It doesn't mean you necessarily have to be on the tools, but it does mean that you need to stand up for them, make sure they're good, that they have everything that they need to get their job done. It also means that you'll be there to have their backs when things go wrong. And that is super important as a leader. The best leaders have been there, done that. The experience is hard-earned and built on sweat. The best leaders will stand beside you when the world is burning down around you. whether that's metaphorically in the case of business or in real life on the fireground facing a wildfire. Rosalind Carter said, "A leader takes people where they want to go. A great leader takes people where they don't necessarily want to go, but ought to be." This speaks to the dichotomy of reacting versus responding, and is true in high-pressure situations like strategic business decisions. One of the reasons we look to leaders is to lead us where we need to go. Like mentoring, you as a leader need to get people to step out of their comfort zone, find the right path, and drive them towards the goal that they need to achieve. Sometimes being a leader is a thankless job. The people following your leadership won't see what you do for them. They'll probably just accept it, that it happens, but it doesn't. Someone has to do what's going on in the background. In business, we have to make tough decisions and stand by them to get projects done or to make steps forward towards completing our missions. It can be tough, but that is our job as a leader. We manage the chaos and we get stuff done. Peter F. Drucker said, "Leadership is lifting a person's visions to higher heights, the raising of a person's performance to a higher standard, the building of a personality beyond its normal limitations." Peter here is emphasizing the transformative power of leadership. As a leader, I want to make leaders, and you should too. 4 days after I was voted into the role of first officer of my brigade, I ran into a former first officer at a community event. After saying hi, he asked me, "So, have you worked out who will replace you as first officer?" Talk about a kick in the guts. I'd just achieved one of my goals, and here I was being asked about my replacement. Luckily, I had realized that I would need to be replaced at some stage, and I did have someone in mind. While I was a little shocked, I know that in asking the question, he was reminding me that it was my job to think about our future as a brigade, as well as being its leader. I'm constantly looking for leaders. In my business, I'm looking for leaders to inspire, train, and encourage. At the station, I'm looking to give everyone a chance to lead so I can see who will be the future of our brigade. You need to do your best to encourage everyone around you. You never know who's going to need it, what they might achieve, and how your words might help them become all that they could be. I'm not saying it's all roses, but sometimes you have to tell someone the truth about themselves. It probably won't come as a surprise to them, but they may not realize how it's damaging their reputation. But don't leave it there. Help them get better. Be there for them. Be their biggest fan. You might be the only one in the world who actually believes in them. To be honest, if I don't care a lot about the person, I won't bother to do this. You might hate me for pointing out things, but I'm going to do it because I believe in you. That said, I'll always do my best to not be too blunt because that's my nature, but I don't always succeed. I'm always trying to get better. Lastly, Brad Houck said, "Run towards the flames." This quote means to stop running away from your problems, stop ignoring change, and face up to the fires in your life. A small fire becomes a big fire quickly. The longer you avoid issues, the worse they get. In business, this head-in-the-sand attitude will destroy everything that you've built or are trying to build if you try and avoid problems. Step up, face the music, deal with the problem. Every time I've left an issue because I didn't want to deal with it, it's hung over me, making me feel worse and worse and worse. I dread taking action. And then when I do take action, I find out it was my mind that was tricking me. It wasn't that difficult to fix, and I should have done it a lot sooner. When we turn out to a fire, every minute counts. We move efficiently to deal with the fire effectively. You don't put out the fire sitting in the station, okay? If you want to be a great leader, if you want success, and you need to be more than you are currently, run towards the flames. So that wraps up our deep dive into some of the motivational secrets from great leaders, where we've explored the vital lessons of leadership through the lens of both firefighting and some business strategy. From Covey's emphasis on prioritization and decisive action, Job's innovation mantra, and Maxwell's guide to leading by example, we've uncovered the essence of what it takes to lead effectively in any situation. And remember my powerful advice, run towards the flames. This is a call for action for all of us in leadership roles. Face your challenges head on, innovate to survive and thrive, and be the leader that not only guides, but inspires. If today's episode sparked new ideas and resonated with you, I encourage you to share it with others who might find value in these lessons. Don't forget to like and subscribe the Leaders in the Line of Fire podcast for more insights into leadership, or catch it on YouTube and watch the video. Thank you for joining me today. Keep leading, keep learning, and remember, in the world of leadership, Be the flame that draws others to you, not just the smoke that blurs people's vision. See you in the next episode.
Thank you for tuning in to Leadership in the Line of Fire. If today's episode sparked some insights, please share it with your friends and colleagues. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you never miss an episode. Your support fuels this journey. Join us next time as we continue to explore leadership lessons from the fire line. Until then, keep leading with courage and agility.